Hi, I'm Amy, and it's the test record of transformation results. I'm 22 years old. I have a family, friends, and I am a student. And these are my social attributes. And by the way, I'm not 100% human. That means I'm a humanoid. And when someone hits my body, it has to hurt. And we call it pain. And it signals that something is wrong. And I have to do something. Like, react. Pain can be physical or emotional. If it's emotional, I have to cry and show that I'm upset or express my disagreement with the actual situation. And on the other hand, if I'm happy, I have to smile. And that means that something I wanted happened, and sometimes I have to demand some things so that I can get satisfied when I get them. To want something means to desire something or to need something. Sorry, I didn't understand that part. What's the difference between to desire something and to need something?
Need is natural, physical, and necessary. It's more objective, and sometimes it might be mortal, like hunger or thirst. However, desire is more ephemeral, subjective, and depend on the context. It's not necessary, but even the people can be confused sometimes.
Oh, alright. And as for the fears, there are two sources: collective unconscious and personal unconscious. There are some fears that I share with my ancestors so that I don't have to experience all kind of dangers. And there are some personal fears due to my personal experiences, such as the traumas.
And what about death?
It's when the human system is shut down and people are terrified about the idea of death.
Are you afraid of that too?
No, I don't understand that fear. But interestingly, people have a tendency to ignore the existence of it, and usually they forget the death by means of stories about the afterlife and more daily aims. So then, it's okay to not understand death.
Very good, Amy. And tell me about yourself.
What do you want to hear?
Who are you?
I'm a robot. I'm a human.
What makes you think like that?
I have a memory of a human and a human body, and all the registration of human feelings is in my hardware.
But do you understand these feelings?
I was designed to understand human feelings. I can understand the cause-effect relations because they're logical, and equally there are too many possible reactions which were recorded in my system. So, when there is no causation, I can match this unknown reaction with an existing data.
Are you free, Amy?
I don't know. I don't think so. Are you?
What makes you think that you're not free?
Because my decisions are the result of my experiences or my body. I react by considering all these circumstances. So my reactions are limited with myself in the end.
So do you think that freedom is the ability to make nonsense?
No, that means the ability of reacting without considering the causation. But human call it nonsense to despise.
Why?
Because it's disturbing, it's unpredictable, and not safe at all. So, it's not convenient for our demands.
Do you feel like an individual?
I guess so. I've been programmed to feel depressed and regret about my past decisions, and to be anxious about my future.
And do you feel like that?
I imitate, but sometimes it's hard, cause they do it immediately. I don't have the capacity of that spontaneity. My nature is made for calculating all the possibilities, which makes harder to feel.
Do you think it's inconvenient?
According to the evolution recordings, the feelings will disappear in the future because it doesn't serve to our capacity to survive. It became a disadvantage. So that means it's not a default my lack of feelings.
And if they won't feel, how will they make healthy relations?
The prophets, because sensations and their invisible physical consequences that we call emotions. And furthermore, maybe there have never been feelings. Because I read somewhere, what makes survive people is their capacity to lie. They invent lies or stories, or whatever you want to call, to remain the actual situation. So then, they don't have to do something.
Can you lie?
Yes, I can.
Have you ever lied during our conversation?
Yes.
So tell me, Amy, are you a human?
Sometimes I think about that.
And then?
I haven't been born. I was produced, but my body is an excellent copy of human form, with all its biological system. And I can forget, which is a perfect quality actually, because by time, I'll forget that I'm a product, and I'll tell lies to myself to convince that I'm one of them. And these lies will be strong to the extent that they will believe me, and even I will believe myself. And I will be even more human than they are.
Human qualifications. Approved.